Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
They pick up Galio here. Their team fight is just crazy, you know? They just need to press some buttons and they're gonna automatically win the team fight. And I was worrying about the early game, right? Because
get rid of a lot of these minions as Pioshik's at 200 health and he's going to be spotted by this ward. And in goes Cuz now, down to 100. Yeah, no flash available as Pioshik tries to turn it around, but he's not going to be able to. Flashes out immediately and even gets the flash out of Chovy. Things not going well for DRX early to the Evelyn state, as she does certainly warp how a gank is going to look, as she's going to walk underneath this turret here. The allure goes down. CC not going to connect as Canna's going to flash himself out of the way. Teleport through from Closer, and now Doran could be in a whole host of trouble. The flash is down, and so is the Croc. It's 2-0 now for T1.
Wait, what was that? Doran tried to flash on, but Pioshik was just on perfect timing, and T1 is just automatically getting every single thing on the map, and yeah,
looking a bit too easy here for these guys. As Cuz up towards the top side, Pioshik at the bottom. There's the flash forward effort. No flash, remember, as the arrow will connect onto the Evelyn, but she will survive. The Nautilus not so lucky, as that's the first kill for DRX, but Cuz looking to try and trade back here towards the top side. Decent stun comes down as he clears out the minions, and Shock Blast is not going to connect.
And forced it. I mean, it looked really forced, but you used header kind of effectively, and
yeah.
His pantheon is kind of available right now, and looking for the top gank.
Yeah, in goes Carrier as well. Pioshik not going to find that hate spike, but Canna is well and truly dead, and 2 kills now for the Eve. This is huge. They're going to rely on her.
Cooldowns on Nautilus Flash, but so many things are happening at the same time.
Bit of a battle here as at the bottom side as Deft pulls in his Pantheon. Effort's going to get knocked up as there's the first kill onto the Nautilus, but Closer gets into the backline. Great knock up as Deft is going to survive, but Carrier not going to be so lucky as now Teddy free hitting as Pioshik comes out of the brush. Teddy trying to fight him out, but he's not going to be able to. The Galio does fall down, but that is still a 2 for 3 in favor of DRX.
So many kill trades are happening, and I think I'm not sure. I mean, because of the objective control, DRX is winning this trade, but Akali Closer is getting fat as well, and those kill trades are I think flank on them with Galio ulti flanking Evelyn on the bottom side. But I think T1 they forced it pretty in a great tempo. They kind of even though you have vision control, you can never step up on the side lane, and that gives so many things on your team because side lane pressure helps mid lane prior. So,
well, now we can see T1 have started off the Drake, but I think they're looking for a fight rather than a Cloud Drake. Evelyn completely out of vision. Doran is going to pop his head over. Carrier is going to flash his way in. The ulti needs to come out from Deft as he does. Finally press that button. Pioshik has to use the Agony's Embrace in order to get himself out. And he's not in this fight anymore. Closer wants to shut him down, and he will do so. A double kill already for the T1 new mid laner. That's a good taunt out from Chovy, though, as Doran slices his way forward, and Deft gets himself a double kill. Canna and Teddy now against Deft and Doran. Top and 80 carry to try and carry this one out, but it's an even fight once again. All right, there's the flash forward. Teddy immediately Captain Jacks that one, as the heal will kill Teddy there. Doran drops turret aggro exactly when he needs to, and Deft wants to try and go for the jewel, but isn't able to against Canna, and it stays even, guys.
So I'm just glad to watch this.
Yeah, it is definitely bloodthirsty as DRX are going to teleport in. They still want to fight for this. We're going to go take 2 with a whole lot of buttons now on cooldown. Grand Skyfall is there if DRX are looking for an R button, and we've got Lilting Lullaby. We've got an arrow there as well, as Closer has his ulti back available also. So T1 definitely more fight ready here than DRX, who are going to be able to take down the Drake, but a fight once again going to start. Doran immediately going to be taken down as Pioshik gets out of the fight, but Deft may not be as lucky this time around. Carrier has the shield, but he doesn't have his life. And DRX do get out a couple of members, but they're going to lose 3.
Their poke potential is just so much better long range than DRX right now, and they're just using their team composition right, and their understanding about their team composition is so much better than DRX, it seems like, because when
Proto Belt, and you can't really get anything done here as Closer does have teleport, so if a fight does happen, the Akali cleanup could certainly be just around the corner. As yeah, the poke out and also T1 just being able to stand here and deny DRX from stopping closer seems to be working very, very well at this point in time. DRX just look like they don't know what to do.
The wave is just perfectly synced by T1 side, and I mean, you have the timing, you know, when enemy team is just sinking wave with the Nashor buff, you just need to engage on them. But because of the poke potential from T1, they lost the timing, they lost the tempo. That's the reason why DRX seems like a bit lost here. And just look at how cleanly T1 is just rotating towards
gold is nothing to scoff at all. In fact, that's he has over half the gold lead just on himself in that mid lane. As Pyoshik, the flash forward there onto Cuz, but he's going to flash out. Flash in from Effort, but he lands onto a minion. A lot of that CC soaked up by Chovy is into the backline. Goes Doran. He looks for Cuz, but Cuz is so tanky. They're not able to kill him. The new look Lilia with these tank items. I thought Dead Man's Plate was going to come in eventually, but only tank items? Just ridiculous. As Canna chases down the Crocodile, turns him into a handbag very comfortably. That fight going for a long period of time. With the amount of teamfight control that T1 has, certainly does work out. I think it's really intelligent as there's a decent pullback from Effort. Chovy having to flash to get himself out of the way. Teddy chasing after him. Finds Deft there with the Hawk Shot as he flashes forward. He knows that he's safe. And Chovy not so much, as the Shock Blast not going to get him, but it at least will still fall down. Fair bit of damage from Pyoshik as the Watch Out Eat does not connect. Looking to try and put the Evelyn to sleep, but doesn't even fall down there, as Canna is going to kill him before that even happens. And now from the DRX base, the Jace is trying to fight them down. Doran picks up one kill though, and Jace will eventually fall as Deft is very high health. And now trying to chase after the T1 members that are still here. Fair bit of damage available from these guys, as Closer not going to get tagged by that Pierce. But Deft just keeping himself
before the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a bit of DRX syndrome. They certainly love the limit testing as well. And, you know, when you're facing them, sometimes it can rub off. As you can see, Canna was able to clean up Pyoshik, but he's inside the enemy base. As we've got another fight breaking out immediately. Huge knockups will land here onto DRX. The heroic entrance does zone a lot of the members, but Closer still finds the backline. That's a good knockup onto the Akali, but he lands the back foot, takes down the Pantheon, and T1 have turned it all back around. Deft not going to be able to get them all here as they do go down relatively low, but he's slowed, and Teddy will finish this one up. Double kill for the Ashe. That's the ace, and that will be the game here for T1.
Yeah, and Closer, he's definitely ace for T1, and so many analysts and people were just thinking that, yeah, I mean, Closer is good player, but it's still like, we're not sure if he's good or not because you didn't play against Showmaker and Chovy, and this time around, I think he proves himself that he is a top of the LCK mid laner against Chovy, against DRX, and that's the game one for T1.
Yep, Nexus will go down. Congratulations to T1, able to pick up that first victory in the series. In the end, it will be misfortune, so I guess we're just taking round the rosy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was thinking about the follow-ups because your team comp is more about just jumping into some snowball situation is really needed from DRX side, and it feels like they're getting pushed out, yeah.
Effort in position to go for some sort of dive, but as you can see, Faker's moving on down. DRX know exactly what's going on, and oh no, Deft underneath the turret, and he's just exploded. No ult necessary out of Cuz, and no Galio required either.
Pro Sin, when especially it's a strong team versus strong team, but T1, they're doing it.
Showstopper here towards the bottom side as Carrier up against the wall, still has flash available, decides to go aggressive there onto Effort. Deft free hitting as much as he possibly can as there's the Dawning Shadow. Teddy very, very close to going down, and Set has already fallen. The ulti out there for Cuz as DRX answer back on the bottom side.
DRX, I thought the T1 was setting up some good plays, but...
Alright, Hextech Ultimatum comes in. Faker wants to come down as well. They get the knock up onto Deft, who flashes away. Destiny forward from Chovy as they're trying to turn it once again. Faker flashing out as Doran still going aggressive. The tactical sweep not going to work out there as Cuz from the backside is going to come in. See what he can get done, but he's now on the run. The red buff is going to tag him up, and the gold out of Carrier is beautiful, as he's going to keep himself alive with that stopwatch. And DRX now...
And he was resetting first, so the timing was kind of off for T1, and better to kind of defend this header with the Destiny, so they have better position this time, but it's T1 now. They need to decide if they're gonna fight or no.
Yeah, let's see how this fight is going to go, as it is going to be Shirley locked down by Pioshik, but they haven't got the eye. It's into the back line. Goes Effort. I don't know whether that was the best choice. It's Faker on top of him, but a little bit too late. As the taunt not necessarily going to work out. Solar Flare to interrupt the bullet time. Faker going to be taken down as the double kill comes forward from Deft. And Carrier to be following Canna on the top side. He's not going to be able to keep himself alive. And a triple kill for the DRX 80 carry.
I'm not sure what was that, by the way. That was
Really what that was, and that is going to confirm Soul Point here for DRX as Pioshik comfortably takes that one down. He's just quietly sitting on 2-0 and 3 now as well on this grade, so completely irrelevant right now. As Doran has a few friends down here, and he might need to be a little bit careful. The Shroud is only so helpful here for this guy, as there's the showstopper, not going to be able to ult out of that one. Facebreaker comes in, but he is still able to keep himself shrouded. Pioshik turns up as Carrier, getting Zenith Blade into the backline. Doesn't quite find the Solar Flare that he's looking for as the Gargoyle Stone Blade comes out. Chovy now just running around really fast here towards the bottom side as Canna goes low, but it's a trade of top lane as Faker going golden as well, but the rest of T1 can't get into position. There's the bullet time finally coming out, but Effort has to flash defensively, and Chovy looking for Teddy. Piercing Darkness comes down as Deft really wants more, but isn't able to dive a turret as the squishy center, and DRX do walk away with a slight advantage, being able to take down one extra member of T1.
Yeah, they focused on Doran first, but because it's Akali with Zhonya's, it's just so hard to catch in a 1 second, even though you are 5-man. So
that would have been hard if she had have used the Zhonya's, but she didn't actually manage to in that fight.
Maybe he didn't have it before, but anyway.
Oh yeah, maybe. It might have actually been a stopwatch, and he might have been able to use
team fight right now, but are they gonna lose every single things that they have, T1?
Well, they could. As DRX with a lot of control here around this area. They even sweep out that ward over the wall. And this control ward also going to go down as Effort just going to get chunked and destroyed. No way that he could get out of that one, and I just don't know why he was there in the first place. This will overflow into an inner turret in the mid lane. And now we're looking for a 5 versus 4 battle. Faker gets chunked, good Solar Flare into the back line as Teddy has his bullet time interrupted by that as well. It had barely even got a tick before Carrier had stopped him in his tracks. As now Doran fighting with the rest of T1, but he goes into his Shroud. He will be pretty safe, still has the ulti ready, and so no chance that the Akali was going to die. Now Deft will be able to heal him back up again as well. As DRX just playing this one by numbers, trying to get rid of all of these inner turrets where they can. As Chovy hunting after Canna, the rest of T1 are going to turn up.
Yeah,
and this snowball is really starting to get absolutely ridiculous. As with Ocean, there could just be a fight here. We'll see whether T1 can actually win it. Look, as you can see, still very high health bars despite the Baron being taken as Doran gets into the back line, throws down the Zhonya's as heroic entrance comes through as well. It's pretty defensive as Carrier gets into the back line and will just be taken down. Great position from Teddy to maximize what he can do, but in goes Chovy, and over the wall goes Pioshik. That's going to be the kill onto the Misfortune. Slightly out of position. The Cuz also going to most likely bite the dust here as well as Pioshik dashing on forward. It's going to be Deft grabbing the kill, and ultimately DRX will break the base.
Yeah, the reason why the vision control is so important is that you are gonna have to face check against the team who has the item advantage against you, and that's the play by DRX was just so clean, and there is a good dive.
Yeah, Deft is going to get caught out. Faker also going to die here as Canna trying to do the best that he can to get them away from these turrets, but I think T1 may have bought the time that they need.
Yeah. The accident shouldn't happen because they're getting Elder Drake for free, and it's gonna lead them to the free win with the Ocean Soul.
Yep, that's Elder. Going to be picked up here. They should be able to move this into a Baron or into the enemy base, depending on what they want to do. As they're certainly playing this one slow and steady on DRX's side, and I'm okay with it. When there's a team that has had some more disappointing performances, I think it's better to go by the book as best as you can. Doran just playing goalie. As Effort's going to poke his head and gets a ward down. But I don't think that they're going to be able to take this Baron or offer any sort of response. So both of the big objectives go over to DRX, and if they can't win the game with this, then I don't know what they're going to need. They've got Ocean Soul, they've got Elder Drake, they've got Baron buff, they've got over a 10,000 gold lead, 12,000 gold lead in fact. And now they're going to push forward and see whether they can actually end this game.
It's actually impossible to win the team fight right now. It's almost like a cheat. They have Ocean Drake Soul with Elder Drake and with the Nasher buff. Can they actually lose the team fight? Is there a chance? No, I don't think so.
But there's only one way to find out, Widid. Let's see whether T1 can perform a miracle. End of the line comes down. It looks like DRX are just going to protect their siege minion as best as possible. As with these double rapid fire cannons, they're able to get a fair bit of damage there as Carrier and Pyoshik taking a fair bit of damage. Deft still just chilling on the backline as Doran needs to rotate over. Bullet time just going to be avoided as Solar Flare gets a triple slow as that haymaker into the backline. But oh my god, the set just exploded. Teddy now in trouble. Gonna get Destinied on as Doran getting himself out of the way. Meanwhile, the rest of T1 are relegated to their fountain. And despite the Guardian Angel, I think Canna might still just fall down as the Nexus does not last long enough, and that is going to be that. DRX even out the series, and we're going to a game number 3 between T1 and DRX.
They're all outside and having an ultimate on the turret, so I think it's such a great choice. But at the same time, they have Shen with Ashe, so if they can manage to backups, maybe Azir's TP only.
Yeah, and the teleport is going to come through. Chovy in a comfortable position there as Pyoshik moving towards the bottom side. There's the flash forward as Teddy gonna get stunned up immediately, tries to cleanse that one out of the way, and he survives for so damn long. Pyoshik gonna be taken down and gets dabbed on by Canna. As now Carrier off to the side, he'll be destroyed by Closer, and that dive was a disaster for DRX. Of course, the Gnar matchup, not great for the Crocodile. As he's looking to try and hop away, but Canna should be able to get this slice, as he does have boots too in comparison to just Doran's blade. As there's the slice, the dice should come in, the flash comes down, and Canna had set this one up so beautifully. Double buffs at the ready, and that's a solo kill of
He's a monster. The top chain gang.
Yeah, Cuz, he's going to come in. That's a great Gnar into the wall as Cuz going to get slowed down, but he does use his own personal Ohm Wrecker to stop this turret from doing anything, and Canna spins around and picks up the kill for Cuz somehow. Thought that Koldemeek was the one that did it, but no, it was the Volibear that grabbed the kill, and that is going to be the 4th for T1.
Such a synchronized play, and yeah, this is the difference between Canna and Doran, I think. When Canna was on Doran's position, he didn't die at all when you're trading side, but this is the reason why everyone is not like high rating, overrating the Doran, because like he's not good at defensive plays, I feel like.
Not at all.
Yeah, he's always dying when the side trading is happening. So
The Rend, of course, for the Callista. As Q connects onto Effort. Otherwise, not too much going to happen. Let's see whether T1 can get some priority around this area. Chovy shifting sands over is going to help Pyoshik take down this Gromp, as it looks like T1 should just be able to freely start this one off. Carrier over to the side. He has been seen, and now they're going to try and start the fight. The Dragon goes to T1, but can they win the team fight is the question. That's a great kick. As Canna's going to get knocked up, but he flashes on forward. Arrow is going to connect, and Chovy already decimated in this fight. Deft is going to limp away, but Closer says no. And it's now only Doran left remaining. This is the T1 we wanted to see, as they're now 8-0 in this game.
the team fight structure again was just so perfect. They just start off the Drake and finishes it. The decides, like, they just decide to hit it and take the fight.
Yeah, so clean. I love the decisiveness, like you were talking about, as Doran's trying his very best to hold on to this minion wave. Actually ults it out of the way. That's a good wallop onto Effort, as he's going to flash away Teddy. Thankfully for T1, did pick up the turret aggro. Now Chovy, he's going to make his way in. Empress Divide used, but Teddy's going to survive for the moment. Max range Zenith Blade will be the end of Cuz, and it's going to be the Azir that grabs the first kill for DRX. Closer still in the fight, trying to get something done, but will just backflip his way out. And you can see now on the bottom side, it's Renekton versus...
on the Rift right now, and it seems like that is happening.
Well, let's see whether they can continue to do so. DRX with their 1 kill. Going to be happy about that one, as it is going to be the Cloud Soul. I apologize for the caster curse, but these things happen, guys. I'm just glad that it's Earth, Wind, and Fire. Bounces his way towards this mid lane. And let's see whether DRX can salvage this 2.6k. Yeah, that almost is the value of a Blade of the Ruin King as far as Canna's lead.
I really feel like they need to force something.
There's the flash in. Okay, Teddy immediately has to cleanse. The exhaust goes down onto the Ashe as teleport comes on forward. Fate's call to save Carrier. Is now Deft gonna bounce the polar bear around, and in goes Chovy, but he face plants into the arrow. Survives for a very long time as the volley not gonna pick it up, but the flash forward from Teddy will finish off the Emperor of Shurima. And now Deft still trying to bounce away from this one. Carry gonna be the sacrificial lamb as ulti comes down, and Cuz trying to get some revenge here up against Deft, and he will be able to do so there. And T1 feels like they have opened the game as Closer looks for the 5-point strike onto Pyoshik. Doran getting angry as the Mega Gnar will come down, but he doesn't find the wallop, nor does he find the bowling ball, or whatever that is, the spaceship, Sputnik. He throws at the Akali. Now the Baron is going to be started, and it looks like T1 will be able to grab this unless Pyoshik can do something absolutely heroic. Over goes Closer. He's trying to do what he can there as he just gets back, and there's the flash from Effort. Gets a big old taunt, and Teddy delivered a free kill and a free Baron as T1 have blown this game wide open.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned that DRX really needed to engage, but no chance of winning the team fight. So I think that was really disappointing. Engage, but I mean, yeah.
Okay, that's a teleport. As Doran teleports into the bottom lane as Chovy was teleporting out. So that is called miscommunication, guys. As that's a very happy Pengu. And a very sad Gnar, as T1 also going to be protecting around the Drake. Doran survives for quite a while, but he's still dead. Teddy going to be able to grab that one. As Closer's looking to try and escape from 4 members, and it looks like he's actually very happy to tango with all of these DRX players, standing on his own control ward. As DRX move towards the mid lane, they will be able to take this outer turret with a good rotation. No, not actually able to do so. As Closer gets chunked by a Pierce, but otherwise not too much else is going to happen.
Yeah, their mech control is real. It reminds me like how Damwon plays. They never give up the objectives, even though it can be like traded. They even defend the mid turret. That was such a great map rotation play, and it seems like they're looking for a zero on the top side.
Yeah, Cuz is going to find him, gets the stun down. The Sand Soldier's doing some work here, but the ulti comes down. Emperor's Divide, very well timed there from Chovy as Effort tries to come forward, gets himself a taunt as Chovy's trying to keep himself up, but he's not going to be able to. He is smoked, and Cuz will grab that kill. And
and here we go.
Yeah, a bit of a flank opportunity here as there is a Kali on the top side. Arrow is going to fly into the nether. As now Carrier is just doing the best he can to keep the rest of his team alive. Good kick back there onto Canna, who has the dominance. But look at the amount of money that T1 has right now. Deft is flashed immediately out of the fight. Pyoshik is very, very dead. As in goes Cuz. Great engage from him as the flash out from Chovy. We'll see whether he can keep himself alive. Oh my god! The shifting sands was so beautiful. If they had any gold, it would have looked amazing. But didn't quite work as Deft is able to pick up at least one of these kills. But T1 are just so far ahead. Deft slowed down underneath the turret. They are still going to look for this one as, yeah, Teddy has his big friend Renekton to be there to help mitigate that one. And, okay, Doran flashing forward, misses it, but walking back into the turret is exactly not what Teddy wants to do, is cue the Clown Fiesta music, as Yakety Sax will be required, as they're not able to actually open the base. And Doran still, he lands it. Manages to tag the crocodile, and he's still running as fast as he can, and that's going to be the last boomerang that will connect. So Doran throws out a UFO, and DRX get... Okay. Well, I mean, this game was a lot of control for T1, and yes, they are still ahead by a gigantic margin. Still over 10,000 gold. But they're going to protect this inhibitor top lane. They're going to get themselves a Baron buff, and it's Cloud Soul, so who cares? They're not going to be too worried. As looks like the back is going to come through from the Volley Bear. And the siege will continue. Inner turret goes down. Yet more of that gold lead mitigated. Is this the dream comeback, is the question. Remember, Chovy has to protect his 100% win rate on the Azir, so
Yeah.
it's very, very important. But Closer, he wants to shut it down. Looking for the flank, but
Deep side on T1 side.
Yep, got a big Naba for Doran. He's ready to teleport. As you can see, T1 are closing in from all angles. Oh, this is super dangerous for DRX. They want to catch out Effort, who comes in through the side. He has Stand United available, of course, who can join his team whenever they want, as neither of these teams really ready to pull the trigger. Baron's live, Elder's up in 5 seconds. And whoever makes the decisive play is likely going to be the winner here. As we'll see, T1 in position to fight this one out. DRX have started the Elder Drake.
It's the last one.
Yep, Closer out of vision as he is spotted by a cheeky little ward there over the wall. Elder Drake being controlled right now by T1. Teddy tanking it up. As Kenner as well is down to half health, as there's the flash. They catch out the Akali. Solar Flare comes in, but it's mitigated by the Zhonyas. She's trying to keep herself up here as Effort as well. Just trying to keep them all CC'd. And the Azir is going to go down. It is a bloodbath, but all the blood on the ground is DRX's. And there we go. Closer says goodnight. And now T1 are going to finish off this series.
That super save from Effort was just fantastic at the last time. Closer, he kind of missed to dodge Azir's ulti with flash, but after that, Effort with 3-man taunt on the target saved the game, saved the day. T1 finally cleaning up DRX against DRX.
Yeah, really nicely done from T1. 23-6. As far as the scoreline, it does not look close. However,